Now to the North Carolina's coast, where more homes are collapsing into the Atlantic this week on the Outer Banks. 8 total have fallen in just 3 days due to big waves and rough surf as 2 storms churn offshore.
Will Thomas has the pleas from local leaders and neighbors for state and federal help.
Swells pulse back in, and it's very concerning, and it's hard to just keep watching it over and over and over.
Another day of the relentless Atlantic Ocean battering the homes still standing on the Buxton oceanfront. A beach nourishment project and jetty repair in 2026 feeling like a lifetime away.
We need to encourage those residents to sandbag and do beach pushes. That's about as best we can do right now until we get the nourishment done.
Also a push from Dare County leaders and the Buxton Civic Association for help from state and federal elected leaders. One specific ask is the no hardened structure law in North Carolina to be removed.
Stroke of the pen, and this is all going, it goes away. Whether it's going to come from Raleigh or D.C., right now I think it's going to come from D.C. before it's going to come from Raleigh.
One of our local representatives is willing to entertain a bill down the road here. We're having some conversation with him about introducing a bill for hardened structures. You know, we're hoping we can make some progress there.
I showed Congressman Greg Murphy a video of the Buxton Civic Association member Wendy Munden saying that she feels the area here needs to be declared a state of emergency. Murphy shares this.
I'm happy to look at that. I don't know that it qualifies for that. I'm interested in having that conversation, but for right now, we need to look and see what these homes are, what they're salvageable, whether they need to be taken down.
For now, we're kind of having to learn how to just live with it for the time being until something can be done.
Homeowners continue to be encouraged to work with their contractors on debris cleanup for the area. Cape Hatteras National Seashore and Dare County are deploying resources to help in the area on Friday.
Yeah, I was just saying it's really, really dangerous too because of all the debris. Think like a house. You got nails, wood, pieces, and it's not just on the beach.
Right.
I mean, it's on the beach because people are walking around, but it's in the ocean.
Right.
So it's not good for us. It's not good for the animals. So I think the impact there kind of expands.
Absolutely. It's going to be a while. And 20 houses so far now crumbling into the ocean on Hatteras Island since 2020. So.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And I will say a lot of those, especially on Rodanthe, were built knowing that would probably be a risk at some point because the erosion of the waves hitting it. But with increasing sea level rise, even if it's small, it can increase that risk. Basically, it's like, the risk is there. It's just increasing it.
Sure.
And I think that's the biggest change there. I will also say that warmer ocean waters, warm water expands and it gets bigger. So even if it's not like more water, it's just slightly bigger because, think of when you warm up like a bathtub.
All in that general area, general direction then to be risky.
Yeah, it holds more moisture. The water molecules bounce around more, so it essentially allows for the water to expand.
I just like an ocean view without being in the ocean.
Well, Jane, there you go. It's like I knew what you wanted.
Really.
Yeah. This is actually a quad box camera of North Carolina Highway 12. So it's near the coast. You can actually see still a little bit of sand left on the roadway here. That's likely from Imelda and those impacts, from the storm, even though it's offshore. Now, Aaron was a lot worse just because of the strength of the storm, but we talked about how the coast was still going to see some elevated rip current risks and things like that with Imelda offshore. In fact, there's actually still a low area of low pressure that's just off the coast of the Carolinas, and while we're not going to see impacts from that here in Charlotte, there's actually a high rip current risk in effect from now through Tuesday morning. So if you do have plans to head to the coastline this weekend, please make sure you're staying weather aware and just really keeping a close eye on friends, family members, kids going into the ocean. That risk will be mostly on the eastern facing beaches. You can see a little bit better for places near Little River, Oak Island, just south of Wilmington area, but essentially anything that's facing out toward the water is going to be at that high risk just because of the location, right, that the waves are moving.